We came so far from dreams. The path was hard for me. They thought we fall, you see. Well, look at us now, look at us now. We make it hot when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we. Tell me who better than we. We soaring to places you never could reach. When we walk in that spot, don't hear none of you speak. Shh, do you want peace or the peace? A king about to put you to sleep. Listen, my team is elite. You not even qualified to compete. He starving, he barely can eat. I guess that's why he always itching for beef. So I put him on ice and I told him to chill. Close your mouth if you can't pay for the meal. Making statements that you know you don't mean. Nice guy trying to act like he mean. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean. Attitudes will put you dudes in the beam. Izuku, he don't live in reality. Shake back off, become a fatality. Yeah, how you gon' hate when you mirror us? He think he a star, he ain't serious. X him out, we not on the same frequency. If you broke, you ain't hearing us. Work the screw, anime, that's how I feel, period. We winning, that's making them furious. We make it high when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we.
Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Was Trained by all of the Shonen Jump heroes. This is part 35, and it's good to be back. So, where we last left off, with the aftermath of the battle at Kamino and that of the villain raid, as the pros and teachers want to decide on what they would want with that of Izuku, now knowing that he has been a vigilante all this damn time, with some wanting to make him atone for his crimes and actions for illegal work as a pro, while some basically want him to continue being a student at UA. It goes back and forth. However, now coming to the realization that Izuku is a lot more capable than they realize, and putting him away is just going to hurt Hero Society more than it's going to benefit. So, but now also, because of many people some reporters putting dots here and there, now knowing that Izuku is the three vigilantes, Ion, Shadow, and the Ronin, let's just say his home life has been a little bit complicated, especially for his mother, who's staying with the Bakugos. Not only that, Izuku made contingency plans in case that he's expelled from UA and he's called to be arrested for his actions as a vigilante and at Kamino for stepping into hero business. As he plans on going on the run and possibly staying at one of the, universes that he plans on hopping to. However, it doesn't come to that, with good news from you that he'll still be going to UA as a student. However, he'll be watched by that of three pros, Edshot, Best Genius, and Hawks. But with now this, Izuku now has a third plan to keep the media and the public eye off of him. That being sending out his vigilante selves while he's still going to UA, while the dorm system is being created. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? For the next few days, both Aizawa, All Might, President Mike, Midnight, and also Powerloader goes to many of their students in homes to convince their parents about the dorm system, allowing them to stay at UA to keep them safe due to the actions of the League of Villains and for everything that has happened. Let's just say some parents were on board, while some not so much. However, even so, they still want their kids to have an education, while still allowing them to go to UA, especially since it's still a prominent school, and they were able to defeat the League of Villains multiple times as well, so nothing wrong with that. However, a small minority of parents were still skeptic on sending their kids back to UA, given Izuku being a vigilante, with many of the teachers basically disarming that's not true, that he isn't, with evidence showing that he hasn't left the hospital since the Kamino ward, after all. But So with that, there's no more doubts. Even those from Class 1A and Class 1B's parents allowing them to go. All that's left is one more parent, with both All Might and Aizawa going into this one. Within soon, All Might saying, I'm a little nervous about this one, Aizawa. With then Aizawa saying, you're telling me. It's a good thing. I heard a little while ago this place was basically flooded with reporters. Not on the same level that they were back at UA, but still. With soon, All Might saying, or I hope they're doing all right. As the place that they're standing at is Izuku and his apartment, with standing outside of the door, ringing the doorbell, with Izuku and Inko standing in the doorway, within Inko saying, please, come in. It's a pleasure to have you in our home, All Might. Erase her head. Within Izuku bowing his head saying, All Might, Mr. Aizawa, it's true. Welcome. Allow us to get you some tea. With both Izuku and Inko heading into the living room and kitchen. As Aizawa and All Might enter the apartment, All Might soon notice Izuku's room. Within, seeing all of the All Might memorabilia and merch, yes, he couldn't help but smirk. Within, Aizawa actually glanced at it for a bit and couldn't help but roll his eyes. Within, soon, after everybody has some tea, within soon, Inko saying, so, you wish to create the dorm system, after all. I heard from Mitsuki as well. With soon, Aizawa saying, we've done everything we can to want to keep everyone safe. Originally, the principal was always planning was make UA that of a boarding school. But now with everything that has happened, it only makes sense now that this is necessary. So what will you say, ma'am? With then Inko saying, I appreciate everything that you're trying to do for my son and everybody else's children as well. As a parent, I can understand. However, as a mother, I can't let Izuku go back to UA. With then soon, Izuku, alongside that of All Might and Aizawa, couldn't help but be shocked. However, Aizawa was able to keep it under wraps a lot more, with just the raising of his eyebrows, while Izuku and All Might's eyes are wide open. Within, saying, my baby has been attacked multiple times. I was aware at the USJ everything went well because I heard that the villains underestimated the students alongside my own baby. I'm aware of his capabilities. Everything was fine there. Then when I heard about the hero killer incident, I was also worried and scared too. But when I found out that he was all right and was doing well, I had nothing to worry about. I was happy more than anything. But then this happened. I saw what happened. My son basically pushed himself constantly trying to keep everybody safe, fighting for his life while waiting for the heroes to save him. When I was in that hospital room, my heart basically sunk to the floor, seeing my son basically passed out with bandages all across his body. But then Izuku saying, Mom, I told you, it's not their fault. I pushed myself because I wanted to protect everybody. Within, soon, Aizawa stepped in saying, that would be my fault, actually. Within, soon, Izuku, eyes wide, saying, Mr. Aizawa. Within, All Might saying, Aizawa, where are you? During the summer camp, our main goal was to help them improve their quirks and to help train them to gain their provisional hero licenses in the future, especially in the coming weeks or so, ma'am. The reason on why your son was basically pushed to that point, pushed so far that he got hurt, that he basically passed out and got hurt, was because he was training hard, training himself to the bone to get stronger, to improve himself. If he wasn't so exhausted and tired during his training, I believe he would have taken down the villains with no scars or be hurt whatsoever. And for that, I apologize. The responsibility and blame lies with me and me alone. Within, Izuku saying, Mr. Aizawa. Soon, Inko couldn't help but have her clench her hand, saying, I don't want to blame you, Mr. Aizawa. I understand that's what you're saying, and I truly understand what my son was doing was the right thing. But as a mother, Izuku's the only thing I have left in this world. I don't want to lose him either. Within, Izuku saying, but Mom, you know that. Within, soon she snapping at her son, saying, and you should know this too. Within, Izuku a little bit frantic, as again his mother has never really shouted at him before, as seeing the tears in her eyes, saying, I believed in you. I always have. When I found out about your quirk, when you basically disappeared for over 2 weeks, I was scared. I didn't think I would ever see you again, but then when I found out that you could actually become a hero with a quirk like that, it made me happy. It made me sad knowing that I won't be able to see you for a week or so. But even that, I was still happy. Seeing you able to achieve your dream, seeing you basically push yourself this far, I was glad. But in that room, I saw my baby basically looking like he was close to dying. Seeing like he was basically being pushed himself so far that he would almost hurt himself. And then when I saw you and then those clones, I know that you weren't really at Camino, but seeing you face against that monster, that horrible man, it just put into perspective that you'll be facing against people like that on a daily as a pro. And if you were exhausted, tired, or basically not even at your peak, it would possibly happen again, especially if it was somebody like that man again. So again, I can't send you back to UA after all of this. Within, Izuku, feeling somewhat worried, somewhat scared, but then, with that of a look of resolve, he soon gets out of his seat and heading straight for his room in a calm and rash order. With then, soon Inko feeling down, believing that her son is angry at her. Within, All Might saying, young Midoriya, wait! Within, soon heading to his room and as he opens the door and closes it. With then, soon, Aizawa can help but sigh, saying, if that's how you feel, then there's no reason for us to change it. Within, All Might saying, but Aizawa became all this way, saying, she's a mother, it's her choice. She can choose to not allow her son to go to UA. After all, she has all the right to be worried for her son's well-being, after all. With then soon, Inko saying, thank you for understanding, Mr. Aizawa. All Might, within soon, All Might saying, yes ma'am. For what it's worth, I want to thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for everybody. And I heard about what happened. You've officially retired, saying, yes, actually. But even so, I still plan to be a teacher at UA. I still plan to help improve the students there, no matter what. With then, hearing that, Inko couldn't help but smile, saying, I see. Well then, I hope the best of luck for you and everybody else there at UA. Within soon, coming through the door in a blinding speed so fast that nobody didn't even expect that Izuku would show up. Within soon, All Might and Aizawa couldn't help but have their eyes wide in shock within Inko saying, Izuku! With saying, sorry, forgot you don't like me flash stepping. But first, Mom, please listen to this. With then soon saying, this is a letter I got from a boy that I helped during the summer camp. He didn't. When I sent him towards that of you to UA, he thanked me for basically saving him and protecting him. At first, he said he was confused on wondering why we basically did that. But if I ever got the chance to speak to him, I would like to explain myself. To be honest, when I read this letter, it reminded me, I don't have to go to UA to be a hero, Mom. Within hearing that, Inko's mouth couldn't help but widen. Within, even Aizawa And that of all my eyes couldn't help but widen and swell in realization what Izuku was trying to say. But then Izuku continues saying, I don't have to be at UA to be a hero. As long as I can go to a hero school, that's all that matters. As long as I can still achieve the goal to become an official pro, that's all that matters as well. But then soon, sighing, saying, I'm also aware that I'm on a tight leash because of my vigilante actions during that of the years, and also because of what happened at Camino. So if I go to another school, I'm wondering if that still complies to that of, well, that school as well. Will Ed Shot, Best Genius, and Hawks willing to go to a different hero school to keep an eye on me for the time being if they have to? With then hearing that, soon, All Might couldn't help but basically put his fingers to his chin and thought, saying, it's possible, actually. As long as they keep an eye on you and basically, well, report your actions always, then that's all that matters. Nothing more, nothing less. With then, soon, as I was saying, as long as you basically not cause any trouble after all. With then, soon, All Might saying, but even so, is that truly what you want, young Midoriya? Do you truly wish to leave UA after everything you've gone through? After everything that has happened? With then, soon, Izuku saying, personally, I would have been okay with it. Originally, I would have been alright going to a different hero school if it meant putting my mom's worries at ease. She means the world to me just as much as being a pro. She's done so much for me, as she said. I don't want to worry her as much as every time when I go to another universe to train and and become even stronger and stronger, I always feel like I'm always thinking about her, how much I'm worrying her, how much is she basically saddened that I'm not by her side all the time. Now I know. But so if it means putting her at ease, then I'm willing to go to a different hero school. I'm willing to go to a different school where I can at least still become a hero, just won't be at UA. But I can't do that. I still want to go to UA because of multiple reasons. With then, soon, Inko looking at her son, but then saying, Mom, I want to stay at UA because there are people there that I care deeply about. And it's not Kachan or anything like that. I have friends, my classmates that actually mean a lot to me. I worry about them all the time. Worry if I'm not there, I wouldn't be able to protect them. And there's also 2 people there that or rather 3 people that I worry about. With then soon, Inko saying 3 people. With soon, Izuku taking a deep breath, wondering on how to tell his mom this, saying, Mom, I'm currently dating 3 girls. Their names are Ochako Uraraka, Momo Yajirozu, and the pro hero Mount Lady. I've been dating you for almost half a year now, and I just started dating that of Momo and Ochako I went to Island, actually. After hearing this, Inko couldn't help but gasp in shock, hearing that her baby is now dating. She she's more shocked knowing that he's dating multiple girls and a pro hero, literally a woman older than him, as she still completely utterly gasped. Within, All Might saying, still can't believe in myself. Within, looking at Aizawa saying, not gonna say anything, saying, I'll keep my mouth shut for this time. But for now, however, if he does go to UA though, I will give my opinions. With then soon, Inko couldn't help but look down saying, so that's why your dad said I'm going to UA. Within, Izuku nodding saying, yeah, but there's also another girl at UA that I care deeply about. Her name is Nejire Hado. Within, hearing that name, Aizawa I couldn't help but twitch for a bit. hearing the name of one of the big three, maybe one of the strongest members of the third year class. However, she's also one of the most, energetic and most, talkative out of all of the third years, with especially given that, surprisingly, she was one during her first year, and when she got drafted into Class 1A, she was one of the select few that actually passed his quirk apprehension test, after all, before expelling the rest of the students before re-enrolling them again, with then realizing her potential, but also realizing on how much of a problem child she is as well, and finding out that his newest problem child is most likely going to date his former problem child, is most likely going to give him the biggest headache of his life. With then soon Inko saying, "I can't believe it, my baby." With then she standing up from her seat as well, going to Izuku, placing her hands on his cheek, saying, "You're growing up so much. And honestly, I didn't even know." But then Izuku saying, "Sorry for keeping it a secret from you, Mom. I wanted to tell you, but I wanted to wait for the perfect opportunity. Honestly, I was actually thinking about after the summer camp, to be honest. But now knowing, but with this, I think it was better." With then she's saying, "And I was planning on taking this away from you, forcing you away from your girlfriends." With then saying, "Okay, if you still plan on going to UA, then I will allow this." With then soon All Might standing up saying, "Miss Midoriya." Within All Might finally speaking up, saying, "I have seen your son's heroic. I have seen what he's capable of. His tactical skills, his abilities, his powers. He's even told us about his quirk as well, the truth behind it. And all I will say this is, I believe he is truly worthy of the title of being a hero. He is truly great, an amazing young man that who's destined for great things. That's why, during my time at UA, what time I do have left as a pro, I will do whatever I can to help guide your son and help raise him to become the hero that he's destined to be. And not only that, I will do everything in my power to make sure that all of the horrible things that are happening to you and your family now due to the reporters in the media goes away as soon as possible. For that, I swear it." As All Might says all of this while bowing his head to the floor, with then Inko completely utterly shocked before frantically saying, "Please raise your head, All Might. You don't need to do such a thing. I understand your conviction now. Please stand up." It's so weird seeing the number one hero being like this. With then Izuku saying, "Yeah, please, All Might. It's really weird seeing the greatest hero of all time and my idol basically bow his head to me and my mom." As for Aizawa seeing all this, he couldn't help but roll his eyes, but also smirk at the same time, saying, "Of course you would basically push yourself like this." With then, after that, it's the last student of Class 1A, being Izuku, is now on board to go to UA. With that, everybody in Class 1A and Class 1B and every other student at UA is given that of a few days to pack up their things and grab what they need to go for the dorms. As now, thanks to Cementos and the work from also Power Loader, they now have that of a new dorm system called Heights Alliance, basically allowing all of the classes from first years, second years, and third years have their own dormitory, basically furnished and well supplied for everybody. With that, it seems that even with that of a new system, UA always comes prepared no matter what. With now, soon, everybody in Class 1A is all back together. But then Mina saying, "All right, it looks like everything is A-okay." With then, soon, Jiro saying, "You're always so peppy." With then, with Toru actually coming up to the girl saying, "Can't blame her. I mean, we're all basically living together as one under the same roof. Can't be helped that we're all excited." As for Mineta, he couldn't help but also get excited in that of a different way. Within soon, Sero saying, "Seriously, dude, you really need to get a grip." With many of the students basically talking about how big the dorms are, while some are just basically mingling one another. As for Izuku, he couldn't help but still smile. Within, Ochako saying, "Hey, Deku, you okay?" Within saying, "Huh? Oh, hey, Ochako. Yeah, why wouldn't I be?" Within, Momo also commenting saying, "Well, we're still worried. I mean, you forget that you're being watched?" Within saying, "Yeah, by the pros. Honestly, I've noticed that one of them is already here." Within, soon, Bakugo saying, "Oh yeah? Which one, Deku?" Within, Izuku feeling feeling that of the person's spiritual pressure and energy. Within, saying, they're above us. So it's basically within, soon, but Bakugo saying, "That bastard Hawks, the feathered bastard that basically got the third best spot at pro." With then soon, Ojaka saying, "I still can't believe it. The third, the fifth, the fourth, and the fifth best pros in the country are basically keeping an eye on you, Deku. Aren't you a little worried?" Within Izuku saying, "Nah, not as much. Especially given that my vigilante selves, after all, they're still doing their own thing. And I've been looking into that of the League of Villains. I've possibly found where they're hiding at for the time being. The one that's found them is Shadow." Within hearing that, soon Momo saying, "If that's the case, then I'm not going to tell the pros, at least not yet. I'm still going to keep an eye on them, but I still want to try and wonder if I can find them." Within, Bakugo saying, "Yeah, speaking of your little vigilantes, how's that going?" Within, soon, Izuku couldn't help but smirk saying, "It's actually going pretty damn well. The media has been focusing way too much on that of my vigilante selves. I won't lie, sustaining 3 clones isn't really much of a damper on my chakra. However, having them out for so long, though, is basically putting a huge strain on me. So I make sure to basically have them out for at least a good 3 days. Then after that 3 days, I basically resummon them. As long as I don't do any strenuous jutsus that basically drains my chakra supply through my chakra network, then I'm basically good. And besides, the only vigilante that uses chakra is that of, well, Shadow, after all." With then hearing that, soon the girls couldn't help but feel a little bit, well, less worried. As for Bakugo saying, "Whatever, at least the situation's over, and Auntie won't be feeling too much stressed out like before." With then soon he's saying, "Yeah, don't remind me." As he still feels somewhat down about his actions, about putting so much strain on his mother. With then soon, Aizawa begins explaining this situation at the dorms about their living situation. There's the common room, living room, that of the dining room, alongside that of alongside the kitchen, which is always restocked by that of lunch rush. Oh, their rooms are on that of the second and third floor. The second floor is for the boys, while the third floor is for the girls. And if you cause any commotion towards to either floor, I'm looking at all of you, especially you, Mineta. There will be punishment. Do I make myself clear?" Within, Mineta couldn't help but gulp before saying, "Yes, sir." With then saying, "Good. Also, just letting you guys know this now. You'll have at least a day to relax. After that, it's back to the grind. Do I make myself clear, everyone?" Within, soon, everybody saying, "Yes, sir." "Good. Now, grab all the supplies that you brought." With then everybody began heading to that of their moving supplies before heading to their assigned rooms. For a good 3 to 4 hours, everybody begins finishing refurbishing and basically getting their rooms done, while everybody's also down into the common room, all relaxing, having a little bit of fun. With then soon Izuku basically laying at one of the couches, as then Todoroki coming saying, Midoriya, with then saying, oh hey Todoroki, saying, I heard everything that has happened. Are you okay? Saying, yeah, why wouldn't I be? Saying, I hear rumors saying that you are actually the vigilantes, the Shadow, Ronin, and Ion. Is it true? With then saying, figures as much. People would bring that up. With then Tato saying, yeah, I heard about that on the internet. Is it true, dude? I mean, we do know you got a lot of multiple quirks after all. Within Ojiro basically stepping and saying, come on now, guys. I mean, Midoriya is like that. It may have so many quirks, but I doubt he would basically resort to vigilantism. And besides, you forget that the guy's been around even before now. With then soon Tokuyami looking at his phone saying, actually currently right now. Turns out Ion is currently in that of Shinjuku right now, taking on several villains in the streets, with one person able to get that of a shot of him, with Tokuyami showing the picture, as it's not really that well rendered, but you can still see that of the border jacket that Ion wears. With then soon Ida saying, I guess that's true. With then soon Izuku saying, see? Suyu Kong saying, I don't know. With then hearing the voice and looking at the quirk frog user. With then saying, I mean, you do have a lot of things that we don't know about, Midoriya. So we are a little bit, hesitant a bit. With then soon Izuku saying, right, she's a lot smarter than people give her credit for. And she's always way more persistent. With then soon Ida saying, come now everybody. I believe that is enough of the third degree. I know Midoriya is always willing to step in to help out those in need. But to basically go against that of the pro heroes, do you see Midoriya ever doing that? With then everybody begins to think about it. With many of them saying, nope, not really. Can't think of anything like that. With then soon Izuku couldn't help but smile saying, thanks Ida. Within Ida couldn't help but continue chopping his arms while smiling at Izuku. Within Suyu still somewhat confused but just shoving it off a bit. As the rest of the other girls began to show up, finishing with their dorm rooms, as many of them began to wonder on what they're going to do now, as just like in canon, they have that of the room contest, with everybody going to Izuku's room first, as he wanted to stop them. He was debating on using that of a shadow clone jutsu, but he was being too frantic right now. As forget it, he may have the mental experience in combat of that of a 26-year-old, but let's face it, he's still a teenager at heart after all. When they found out that about his All Might room with all of his All Might merchandise, within suit, Izuku saying, seriously? And besides, this isn't even all of it. Within, many people couldn't help but laugh, even though Chaco and Momo actually couldn't help but laugh, seeing on how much of a hero fanboy that Izuku is. Within soon, within one by one, just like in canon after all, with everybody showing off their rooms, some being impressive, some not so much, some being just weird, while some just being downright surprising. And you all know on which those rooms are. As the competition finally comes to an end, with then, just like in canon, the one who wins that of the room competition is Sato. With winning the girls' hearts being through sweets after all. With now that out of the way, it's now time for everybody to go to bed after the excitement that has happened. However, it turns out, two people, on the other hand, aren't really at bed, as currently, and that's of the common room, with Izuku and Bakugo standing in the middle of the room, saying, "So, what is it that you wish to talk about, Kachan?" Within, Bakugo couldn't help but look down, saying, "All Might's retired," saying, "Yeah, I'm aware." And now Endeavor's the number one hero. Well, currently now just a placeholder for the time being, but still, within soon, Bakugo couldn't help but say, "Still, you know what that means, right?" Within saying, "Yeah." Within looking at Bakugo with that of a serious look on his face, saying, "It's your time. You are now fully the true successor of One for All, and the one that has to be the number one hero once we graduate from UA. You know that, right?" Within soon, Bakugo couldn't help but say, "I do know that. But it isn't just me." Within, Izuku confused, saying, "What do you mean?" Saying, "He's chosen you too, Deku." Within, Izuku saying, "What?" Saying, "He's chosen you to be his successor too. He's chosen me to be the one to bear One for All. He's chosen me to choose it. However, he's also chosen you to bear his ideas on what it means to be a hero, what it means to save those in need, to wear a smile on your face to protect those who are scared." Within hearing that, Izuku couldn't help but be shocked and surprised, saying, "All Might's chosen me to be a successor again, but not of One for All, but of his ideals?" Within remembering back then about what he told All Might when he didn't want to have One for All back then, when he just wanted to be a hero to protect those in need, to save those who can't save themselves, to give those hope. Within realizing he really did choose me as successor even after I didn't want One for All. Should have saw that coming. Within soon coming to that realization, before then, his Zanpakuto Yusa saying, "No way in hell that kid's going to live past being One for All successor to become the number one hero." Within soon, Izuku saying, "Wait, what are you talking about, Yusa?" Within soon, Yusa couldn't help but sigh, saying, "Check out his spiritual pressure. Look at his soul. Do you see anything wrong with it?" Within soon, Izuku looking deep at Bakugo. Within, Bakugo continues speaking, saying, "And I get it. Look, he both got to live up to All Might's expectations that he has for us. So I expect you to give it your all. None of this half-assing shit just because you're basically under scrutiny by a bunch of damn pro extras after all. Just let you know I'm going to give it my all. You got it?" Within seeing Izuku basically eyes closed, within saying, "Come on, damn it, Deku! You're lucky it's too damn late because I would be screaming at you for not even listening." Within soon, Izuku's eyes winding in shock, saying, "Oh my god, Kachan." Within soon, Bakugo saying, "What?" Saying, "You're dying." With that, Bakugo's eyes winding in shock before saying, "What?" Within, Izuku saying, "I should have realized this sooner. No, if anything, I should have known this sooner. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I truly am. Kachan, One for All is killing you. One for All was never meant for somebody with a quirk, because it's overloading your quirk factor. It's corrupting your soul and shortening your lifespan." Within soon, Bakugo couldn't help but be shocked before looking at his wrist, looking at the black marks on them, before realizing, so that's where this shit comes from. Damn it all. Within, clenching his fist in that of frustration and that of depression as well. Before then, soon, used to saying, "Hold on now there, kid. It's true. Bakugo may be dying. However, there is a way to prevent him from dying too damn quickly. at least a way to help him survive at least a little bit longer, possibly until he's at least in his 40s or 50s at least. Within, Izuku shocked, saying, what do you mean? Within saying, how do you think you got your spiritual pressure? Sure, you were born with it. However, you forgot that Mr. Chad, that Master Ichigo talked about, also awakened his spiritual pressure as well, especially through that of it, and gained his full bringing abilities. Within Izuku saying, right, Mr. Chad could barely see that of Hollows or any Shinigami back in the day before awakening his spiritual pressure. So, is there within soon, Yusa saying, through my Zanpakuto, I can sever his soul. Through that, I can possibly able to awaken his spiritual pressure. He won't be able to make a Zanpakuto given that, since, well, he's not in that of the Zero Squadron, and since he doesn't have a Sahoshi to basically turn into a Zanpakuto. But through this way, it should be able to keep the effects of One for All to basically killing him, and possibly allow him to go even further without him pushing himself to dying. So, is that what you want, kid? Within, Izuku saying, yeah. Within, looking at Bakugo with that of determination. Within, Bakugo seeing this determined look in his face. Within, Izuku saying, Kachan, I'm going to save you. Within, Bakugo saying, what? I'm going to save you from One for All. I'm not going to ask you to give it to me, no. You earned that quirk from all, and even All Might says you earned the quirk as well. So that's why I'm going to find a way. I'm going to help you. And that's a promise. I promise. No matter what it takes, you will be the #1 hero like you said you will. And I'm going to help you get it. With that, soon, Bakugo couldn't help but be shocked and surprised as he realized that even though he's always seen himself as Izuku as a rival, as an obstacle, as his opponent, as the one person that he still feels ashamed for basically causing him pain, leading to their friendship being somewhat deteriorate. Izuku, on the other hand, never cared. Never really had a grudge all this time. He may felt frustrated about everything he's done, but even so, he never truly hated him. And now he just wants to save him. Within suit, Bakugo couldn't help but tear up before turning around saying, I'll hold you to that, you damn nerd. After saying that, he soon walks off back to his room before tears begin to fall from his eyes. Tears of both regret and happiness as well. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, did you guys like this part? This wasn't an action-packed part. This is mainly just to bring up the fact about Izuku moving into the dorms and Izuku's actions facing against the League of Villains, the Hero Killer, the summer camp, and how it's always been worrying about his mother and everything like that. And also finally coming to the realization that Izuku has the way to save Bakugo from One for All killing him. It only makes sense that Yusa would be able to understand the reason why One for All is killing Bakugo. I mean, the quirk, as remember, One for All was never meant for quirked people. It was always meant for quirkless after all. And since Bakugo had explosion as a quirk, of course it was slowly killing him with the black marks on his wrist. So now Izuku and Yusa need to find a way to amplify and give Bakugo spiritual pressure, allowing his soul to be strong enough to handle One for All. Now, I think you guys may be wondering why Reishi from Bleach. Well, besides Reishi, I could also use Rei from Yu Yu Hakusho, which is also spiritual power too. So yeah, I could probably use both those two things to help with that of Bakugo in that. And given that in the latest chapters of MHA, that the quirk factor also deals with the soul as well. So yeah, there's still a chance. There's a way to save Bakugo without having, well, him basically dying. Honestly, I won't lie, it does feel like a cop-out that quirks are also tied to people's souls, but hey, if it means I can save Bakugo in this what if, then so be it. I'm okay with that. So yeah, anyway, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to get to date my videos and upload to the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, my gaming channel, my side channel, my other channel, my Patreon, and my Cash App. All link in description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys, and I hope you all take care. Take it away, Shiro.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!